Good morning, gang. Joyce with Skipping Calves Farms here, looking south off of my property next door. Why? Because look, that's where I've got this wonderful view. Um, it was great to be on vacay. It's nice to be back, and we are starting to get colors. Isn't that pretty? You don't have that down where I grew up. I'm also not used to it being in the 30s in the morning and the 70s in the afternoon. I've been up here for over a decade, over a dozen years, and I still haven't gotten used to it yet. But it is good to be back on the farm. And we got Miss Lucy here, who's our, let me zoom back out, who is our supervisor. She is such a good friend. And she keeps all the mice and voles from around the camper, and that's a very much appreciated thing. I'm going to put you on hold for just a minute, and then we're going to walk around to the other side of the semi. Oh, what you doing, Miss Lucy? You want to say hi to everybody? Say good morning. Good morning. Yeah, she's so sweet. All right, let's put you on hold for just a moment, and let's see what we got on the other side. Okay, gang, here is the view from the north side of the driveway. It's not quite as pretty as it was facing the south side. That's why I started there first. We're overlooking now my what I call my food forest, with my nut and apple and nectarine trees and my blackberry and grape bushes or vines, and I think it wants to be a pomegranate, but I think it's just the rootstock bush. I've been home for just a couple of days. We have been, I left 80 degrees and arrived, and there was frost on the ground the next morning. So it was a little bit of a cultural shock, I guess you could say, or a weather shock for me. If you look, you can see that the sour oranges the leaves are all turning yellow, and they'll be falling off soon. That is actually a true citrus, even though it'll go through a sub-freezing weather. I think the coldest it's ever gotten here is about a wind chill of 10 degrees below zero. The only tree I've lost since I transplanted them over there was one that I accidentally girded with a weed eater one time. And you know, what can I say? Guilty as charged. So look back over this way. You can kind of see the chicken tractor back there, and we're losing our look of the summer, and we're gaining the look of the winter. Still not totally, and of course the trees down in front here that are still green are all oak trees. We've got a lot of walnuts on the ground that have fallen since I was gone. The sheep have been off the property, and we'll probably bring them back here in the next couple of weeks or so. That's kind of all dependent upon Dr. Kent and what he thinks is best for the animals. I was able a couple of days ago to grab my fogger. We did have some rain. We had been in a pretty dry spell for a pretty long time. As you look across my paddocks, you'll see there's a lot of brown. Now, not all of that is broom sedge. In fact, most of that is not. But it's like this right here. This has been cut down, but that's not a broom sedge seed. I don't think, and it's not fescue. This is the fescue that we've got growing. Now, I was very fortunate in being able to graze during the heat of the summer next door a good bit of the time, and so I was able to avoid overgrazing the spaces between the fescue. So if you look like down here, see if I can zoom in there, those are plantain plants that are starting to come up again, and hopefully they'll provide some good spring forage and kind of fill in those spaces between the fescue. The idea is that as the fescue grows and those clumps grow together, they're going to form a really nice sod. And that may take a few more years, but I have been able to get one treatment of phosphorus across this part of the pasture. I was able to do that a couple of weeks ago, just before I went on vacation. The past couple of days, I was able to fog most, not spray, but fog most of this part of the pasture with WCA. WCA stands for water soluble calcium, and I got almost all the way down to the hives and all the way across, but not quite. Ran out of daylight, as a matter of fact. And because I've left my pasture unclipped or unmowed, I did go through several times earlier in the year and cut the seed stems down. My grass over there is taller. Some of it's, up to 18 or 24 inches tall, and of course some of the seeds, as you can maybe see on the little mound there in front of the hives, those seed stems are 36 plus inches tall. Even right here behind me, that's probably at least waist high. And so I'll have a bit of standing hay when the sheep come back. That'll be a good thing. And I look forward to that. In the meantime, I'm kind of enjoying not having quite as many morning daily chores. And most of the walnuts, I think, are off of this tree. But let me see if I can zoom in and see if we can see any walnuts on this tree. It still has some of its leaves, but it looks like most on the tree on the left, most of the walnuts and leaves are gone. Not quite so the one on the right. There's a bunch of walnuts on the ground over there. And as I zoom back over here, right